I want to go through a quick unboxing of the Dawson 253. The reason is whenever Dawson sent us the displays, they included the stand, but originally it was going to be an optional item to add the stand. When we decided to sell the Dawson, we were like, no, the stand's mandatory as it fits perfectly for the screen, and I think everyone will want it. So having said that, when Dawson ships them to us, they ship the stand separately, and it makes it a little bit of a problem when turning around and shipping to you as far as shipping costs, especially when buying from Amazon. So what I did was took out some of the boxes in the Dawson and added my own box to some, went without the box in the others. But long story short, if you follow this unboxing, you'll see kind of why it may be a little awkwardly packed. It's not affecting any of the components inside, but I'm just going to go through it. Hopefully you follow along and you can set your Dawson 253 up seamlessly, quickly. You'll have it up and running in no time. First of all, some of you may have an envelope on the outside. Some of you may have put it on the inside. Along the bottom or the top, you're going to slide out, because normally it doesn't go in here, and it creates the box, makes the box bulge a little bit as the base of the stand. So I'm going to pull that out, set that off to the side. And then I had bought some custom boxes over here and used them for all the small parts, but then I realized that for some, it was making the box bulge a little bit. So for others, you're not even going to have that box. Just all the components are down inside right there. Make sure you pull out your welcome letter, scan that QR code to register your product. You'll want to do that, and then if you scan this QR code, it's going to take you to the video you're hopefully watching right now. If you have the box in there, you'll probably want to pull out the 253 first, just because it's so tightly packed that we don't want to mess up anything. I'm going to ease this on out. Take that top part of the 253 off and set that aside. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out the whole display. Nice and easy. So set this in its protective case up top right here for a minute so I can get to this box, which is pretty tightly packed in here. Let's see why. For the later ones, I decided just to go without this box I bought, so it just gets it pretty tight. So inside here we have pretty much everything we're going to need. So I'm going to crack this open real quick. First, you're going to pull out the biggest, heaviest part, and it's going to be the upright for the stand. Set that aside for a second. You're going to have the USB 3, USB B cable. Probably won't use this unless you have a USB display device, which we don't. So this may be the one cable you likely will never use. However, I have found that I did have to update one of the displays from Dawson. I did use this cable to connect it to a computer for data transmission. So keep this cable safe, but you probably won't use it. You're going to have a standard HDMI full-size cable. We're definitely going to use that. You're going to have your power adapter. Obviously, we'll need that. You'll have your paper-like 253 manual. And then inside, you'll have the stand directions to put together a stand. Yes, they are written in Chinese, but pictures there, and then the screws you'll need to put the stand together. So first thing I want to do is go ahead and put the stand together, so when we get the display ready, we'll have somewhere to put it on. So what we're going to do is just slide this out, and we'll see it matches up onto here like that, and then we need to install the screws from the bottom. You see when you put it in here, there's a couple beads that line it up. It's got the arrow on it, and then the screws go right in like that. So I'm going to go ahead and screw these in real quick, and then I'm probably going to fast forward this video so you don't have to watch me screw it in, and we'll get back to the next one. Also note that you do want to use the small silver screws, as the black screws are the ones that are going to go into the actual display. I may have lost view in the cameras. It's easier to put the stand between your legs and hold it with that mounting plate on top to get these in. All right, so once we got those 4 screws in, we got our basic stand assembly. Now we're going to use the black screws to go into the back of the dowsung through there. And keep in mind, this dowsung is pretty heavy, so I'm going to take caution whenever you're doing it. And just line it up over, you'll see the 4 holes pop in. I'm just going to screw them down. I wouldn't recommend using a battery powered drill or screwdriver for these, just because you don't want to accidentally go too hard and over tighten or strip the screw. And one more time, again, don't over tighten, but make sure it's snug. You'll notice that once you get all 4 down, the other ones feel a little more loose. All right, I like that right there. So now we're gonna go ahead and flip it up. I'm gonna get rid of this box in the back for now, so we won't need the main box. Set this off to the side. And boom, there you have it. Okay, once you have the dowsung upright, it's fairly self-explanatory from here. All your access ports are going to be in the bottom right here. So we're going to first start with our power cable. So make sure you're sitting near a socket or an extension cord. Power cable. And we're just going to plug this on. You get a little bit of tilt just so you can make sure you find the power. Boom. And then the full-size HDMI. Plug that in. Boom. And finally, we'll plug the HDMI cable. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my computer just so you can see it on there. Into the HDMI port on your computer. And understand the 253 is just like any other LCD monitor. It's just going to recognize it. No need to install any type of drivers, anything like that. Hit the clear button a few times and you're good to go. So this does have a clear film on it. If you're at first you're wondering why the glare on the screen may be so bad, it's just because it has this cover on it, which I'm not going to peel off, but it's right there. You'll want to peel that off before you start using it. The nice thing that I really like about this monitor is it just goes up and down with the weight of the monitor, so it's very well balanced. You don't have to lock it in. If you want to pull it down, you can, it'll stay. If you want to push it up, you can, it'll stay. Obviously, if you want to probably feed these cables through here, which I didn't do just for the sake, but if you're going to be going back behind a cable, I recommend feeding these through here. That way it keeps your cables clear. Also, if you prefer to go into this position, it easily rotates back and forth. So that's it. I have mine set up as a secondary monitor, so I move my mouse over there and you can see it. And then from there, be sure you go through your 253 user because you have different modes as far as text mode, video mode, and graphic mode. And there's contrast up and down with the plus minus, making sure we clear our ghosting, and you're good to go.